Hey everyone. Today, let's talk about a feeling I think a lot of us know, but we can't quite put a name to it. It's that sense that we need to wake up from what you might call a quiet ache. So I'm just going to ask you straight up. Are you living on autopilot? And I mean, really think about it for a second. How much of your day is you making a conscious choice versus how much of it is just, habit? And that question, it leads us right into our first big idea here, what we are calling the modern autopilot. We're going to dive into that all too common state of being, that daily trance where we're just scrolling and reacting to everything that's flying at us. I mean, does this rhythm sound at all familiar? You wake up, and the very first thing you do is grab your phone. It's like this little engine designed to just suck up all your attention, right? You're scrolling through notifications, headlines, feeds. You react to an email, a message, a post, and then you just repeat that cycle all day long. It's a life that's all about reacting, not one you're actually intending to live. So you can really see the two different paths here. On one side, you've got autopilot. That's all about reacting, scrolling. It kind of leads to this numb feeling you get from just going through the motions. But then you have presence, and that is totally different. It's about actually engaging with your life, noticing things around you, and living with real intention. And that's the huge shift we're talking about. And, when you live on autopilot for too long, something starts to happen. You get this nagging feeling that just won't go away. The material we're digging into here calls it that quiet ache. It's that deep down sense that the life you're currently living, well, it just doesn't quite fit you anymore. So, what exactly is this quiet ache? Well, it's not some big, loud, dramatic problem. It's more like a background hum, a subtle, constant noise of dissatisfaction. It's that feeling you get when the way you spend your days just isn't lining up with the person you feel you are on the inside. Here's a great way to think about it. It's like you're wearing clothes that are just one size too small. I mean, you can make it through the day, sure, but you're always kind of aware of how tight and uncomfortable they are. That's exactly what a life that no longer fits feels like. Okay, so how do we even begin to figure this out for ourselves? Well, the next step is pretty straightforward. We've got to start analyzing our own rhythm. And that just means taking a really honest look at how our days are actually structured. And this right here is the key question you have to ask yourself. If you look at your day from the moment you wake up to when you go to sleep, how much of it is a conscious choice you're making, and how much of it is just you automatically reacting to all the pings, dings, and demands from the outside world? And to help you with that, here are a few really powerful questions to get you started. First, where does your attention actually go during the day? What things do you do on total autopilot without even thinking about them? And then, the big ones. When do you feel the most present, the most alive? And on the flip side, when do you feel the most numb? Seriously, the answers to these can tell you so much. Okay, so after you analyze your day, it's really easy to feel overwhelmed, right? Like, oh my gosh, I have to change my entire life. But the first step out of that autopilot mode is so much simpler than that. It's not some giant leap, it's just noticing. We have this idea in our culture that for a change to be meaningful, it has to be massive. You got to quit your job, move across the country, do something really dramatic. But because that feels so huge and so daunting, a lot of the time, we just end up doing nothing at all. And that's the whole mindset shift we're talking about. This giant leap idea, it's overwhelming, it's stressful, and it usually just paralyzes us. But the real first step is gentle. It's small. It's something literally anyone can do right now. It takes all that pressure off and makes change actually feel possible. So what do I even mean by noticing? It's super simple. It's just the conscious act of paying attention. That's it. You pick one tiny little sensory detail around you, a sight, a sound, a feeling, and you just observe it. No judgment, you don't have to fix it or do anything with it, you just notice. So what's the point? What does this little act of noticing actually do? Well, it helps us find what feels human again. It's about reconnecting with those small, real details of just being alive, the stuff that gets totally lost in the digital noise all day long. And just to be super clear, this isn't some weird, abstract philosophy. It's a legit, practical tool. When you focus on one little detail, you're literally pulling your brain out of that endless loop of reacting and scrolling. You're grounding yourself right here, in the present. You're reminding yourself that you're a real person in a real world. And this can be anything, seriously. It could be the warmth of the coffee mug in your hands, or the sound of rain hitting the window. It could be really, truly tasting the first bite of your food instead of just, inhaling it at your desk. Or just the feeling of fresh air on your face when you step outside. It's all about anchoring yourself in a real, physical experience. And that's really what this all boils down to. The big takeaway here isn't some complicated 10-step plan. It's a simple, immediate action you can take right now. So I'll just leave you with this one question to take with you for the rest of your day. What's one small detail, just one, that you're going to choose to really notice today?